Hello, welcome to Humanities 2, Humanities, Science, and Technology. I'm Professor Krichka. I'm going to be your professor for the fall semester. I'm looking forward to jumping in and getting to know each of you. Before we get into our first couple assignments and readings, I wanted to give everyone an overview of the approach we're going to take this semester and of the workload. So what we're thinking about here is that we're going to look at some course methods and the approaches we're going to take, as well as what we can expect week to week in terms of the work to be completed. So how do we study the history of science and technology? Well, one way that we can do that is thinking about mapping the relationship between culture, science, and technology. These are going to be our three main kind of factors that we'll be taking a look at this semester. And so we are interested in the impact of science and technology on culture and everyday life. We're also going to move beyond this idea of technological determinism. And technological determinism is a kind of simple idea that argues that technology shapes social structure and culture, that it is a one-way street, that we are shaped by our technology. But we want to acknowledge the way that we shape our technology, right? Technology and science are the product of humans who are a part of culture, so that relationship is inherently much more complex. So we're going to acknowledge that this relationship between culture, science, and technology is not a one-way street, and that each informs and influences the shape of the other. And it is those relationships that are complex, that are fraught, that are fascinating, that we're going to spend our time thinking about. And in particular, we're going to focus on the ways in which technology and science impacts everyday life in different ways in light of aspects of gender, class, ethnic, and racial identity as well. That science and technology don't mean the same thing depending on who you are or when you are as well. Okay, so one way we're going to think about scientific theories and technological inventions are as documents of civilization. So we're going to be asking what it is that specific scientific moments and technological inventions can tell us about moments in history and different cultural contexts as well. So when we're thinking about this and approaching science and technology as documents of civilization, we're going to focus on the cultural impact of new technologies and how they shape conversations about what progress is, what identity is, and how we define the common good as well. We're going to focus on how culture shapes technology and shapes scientific change as well. So again, right, getting into the complexities of this relationship between our three major factors, right, science, technology, and culture, and how that changes over time. Okay, so over the course of the semester, we're going to read a lot of different academic disciplines. So we'll be dipping into many different authors and gaining multiple perspectives and being able to engage with a diverse set of scholarly methods as well. So we'll have writing assignments, discussion boards, and quizzes in order for us to kind of continue to make connections between topics, methods, and ideas from week to week. In order to add to the history of ideas that we're going to be looking at this semester, you all are going to be completing a interview-based essay where we will be able to get into an individual's experience with and perspectives on technological change. So we'll be adding another voice to this history of how we experience scientific and technological change. It's a really fun project, and we'll talk more in depth about it as we get into the semester a little bit more. Okay, so first things first, what I need you to do this week, which is week 1, August 24th through 29th. There are two things I need you to do to keep a spot in the class. Please complete the meet and greet discussion board by Wednesday, August 26th, and then complete the science and technology and everyday life discussion by Saturday, August 29th. So those are the big pieces that you all need to complete. And then next week, which is week 2, we'll get into our regular flow of content. So at the beginning of the week, I'll be posting a short lecture or PowerPoint to prepare you for the week's readings. Each week there will be 1 or 2 readings. There will be a discussion board or quiz associated with each of those readings that needs to be completed before our weekly Zoom meeting. Our Zoom meetings offer a chance to discuss our topics and our readings in depth, ask questions, engage deeply. It will be recorded and posted for those that cannot make it. Attendance to the live Zoom meetings is not mandatory because this is an asynchronous class, but please be sure to watch the recording if you are not able to make it, so you can get all the content you need to jump into the end of week writing assignment or discussion board as well. So those will be a bit more substantive, and those will occur at the end of each week, and will be due on Saturdays at the close of each week. Okay, so that is that for now. So welcome to everybody, and please send me a Canvas message if you have any questions. Look through the Canvas website. That's where you'll find our readings. Everything is labeled. And in the modules, everything is in order, how you should be completing it and moving through the semester. So good luck with the first week. And again, please feel free to message me with any questions you have. And I look forward to seeing all of you next week when we really get started. Okay, take care.